Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title and or the thumbnail, this is the perfect reading for you, delivered at the perfect time in timely fashion, courtesy of the universe through the language of synchronicity. This is a collective or general reading, so just be aware parts may or may not resonate with you. Just take what works for you, leave the rest. This is also a timely reading, meaning that if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I have posted this, look back what was going on in your life then, and it might give you further information about your situation now. All right, we're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. We have the official marriage card for the tarot. So this card is saying that you're ready for fulfillment. My cat is here. She was sound asleep in the other room. Hi, Stella. And she heard I was doing a reading and came flying over here. But it was funny because she loves to be here for the readings, but I also just fed her so that she would leave me alone. But she's decided she'd rather sit on my lap and purr than eat breakfast. So a cat's purr has a very high vibration. It's very healing. So I guess she's going to honor us with her presence for this reading. You're so funny. Okay, so she's insulted that I started without her. What a goof. All right, so we do have, okay, you have to be good. Quit headbutting. So that's, I know, I love you too, Stella. All right. Sorry, she's just so funny. The Four of Wands is about fulfillment, and it's talking about, you know, like the beginning stages. It means you've crossed, you've been, entered a very successful phase of your life. Having said that, it's sort of the beginning stages of this fulfillment. We have the one way I could put it is you have the down payment for your castle, which is a huge achievement, but you still have the mortgage payments to make. Or, you know, you've proposed to someone or they proposed to you and you said, or they said yes, or you said yes, and now you are working on the wedding, but then you're going to have to work on the relationship. So that's the kind of energy coming in from that. And we have the Magician. So the Magician is when the Fool begins a new journey or a new cycle, which would be exactly that if you were to make a commitment such as marriage. I should just point out that this could be just about commitment, but most of the time it turns out to be about marriage. So the Magician is the first card after the Fool card in the Major Arcana. The Fool starts off at the 0 point. And the very next card is the Magician. So the Magician is showing with his arms as above, so below. This is saying that you have infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. You have all the tools you need on your bench here to make a beautiful garden and bring your thoughts into matter onto planet Earth. All right, this is... Oh, I was just saying this is going really well. And then look what shows up, the Devil. Oh, goodness. So the Devil is showing up, and the Devil is basically the archetype for temptation. So we have two lovers here, and they're yoked to each other and then chained to Saturn's box. The planet Saturn rules over the Devil archetype. And this energy is talking about lust more than love, really. The Devil is haunched over Saturn's box here. And the way he's sitting in that haunched position represents an animal instinct, which is more lust than actually love. And when the Devil card shows up, I always cover it with the next card because I want to see what minion did he send in, because the Devil never does his own dirty work and you're not going to get the truth from him. Sometimes it could also be that God sends someone in to prevent it. So this is talking about The Two of Wands represents someone who feels that they've accomplished everything they can. They're at the top of the world. They can't, they're like a big fish in a small pond. This sometimes represents someone who's owns their own business and wants to possibly franchise it. The wands are the element of fire, and they represent, taking action. So this is talking about someone who feels that they've accomplished everything they can. And it's interesting, we don't really know, maybe they've met someone across the world. Now, it's really weird because it's sitting on the devil, so whatever they're thinking about doing is not necessarily on the up and up, is what I'm getting. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups represents an energy of love, of course. She is holding her cup on her lap, and it's almost like a trophy. It's the only cup out of all the cups in the tarot deck that has a lid on it like this. And this represents her being a container of unconditional love. Now, this energy sometimes can represent your maternal line, like your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, and down the line in that way. So we'll see what this is about. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is sitting on her throne, and she represents an energy of abundance in the 3D, health, wealth, happiness. Of course, a big part of abundance in the 3D in the material world is money, and so this is represented by coin. Having said that, you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. And it's interesting here because this is following right after this person feels that they have everything they want, and they want to move to they want to increase expand their horizons. Like, is there two women in this person's life? That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. The Queen of Pentacles likes quality over quantity, and she is known for being very resourceful. So it's almost like he is trying to decide between these two. Like, maybe this is someone who wants a harem. I don't know what this is about. We'll keep going. We have the Hierophant. Wow, maybe this is someone. Wow. The Hierophant represents traditional structure. The Hierophant represents, like, if you were a religious person, this would represent, a religious figure that would have, authority in that way, like a pope, a cardinal, someone high, a bishop, a guru, that kind of energy. But this could represent someone that is able to marry someone. And on a spiritual level, this would represent God himself. And so some marriages are ordained by God and some are not. If they're not a real marriage in God's eyes, they're not ordained by God no matter what you do on the third dimension. And then, of course, in the third dimension, this could represent someone that has the authority to marry someone. And I'm wondering if this person has actually married two different women, and they don't know it even, and one's in one world and one's in the other. One's like, could be, this would have to be someone, if they were doing that, it would have to be someone that is traveling, like for work, that kind of energy. Wow. Would it be a polygamist? Is that what you call it? When someone has two wives? Yeah, I think a polygamist. Huh, I've never had this come up, and this is some random shift. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. This could also be talking about someone that is married and has a mistress. And because this energy here can represent that there are three people in in a relationship where there should only be two. There's two glasses or 2 cups of wine that are spilt, and this cup has a different liquid in it. And then this person is in a lot of remorse, like he's in a lot of regret. And I'm wondering if he doesn't have two, like, it still feels like it's because the Hierophant is on here. Feels like he has 2 wives, like he got married twice. And probably, I don't think these two know each other. They look like they're from a different country, don't they? Interesting. So yeah, I bet he's in regret and remorse if this energy came out. The Hierophant has his hand in the form of a blessing, and it generally means that justice is coming down regarding this situation. I've never ever had a reading come up before where there's a polygamist. I think it's a polygamist. I know like there's some relationships where people have like polyamorous, but that's a different story here. I feel like this is 2 wives in 2 different locations. That's the energy I'm picking up. This is crying over spilt milk, but it's not really spilt milk, it's spilt wine. And maybe he was drinking too much and forgot he was married. I don't know. But anyway, he could stand here for the rest of his life. Now, this could represent one of these women or both of these women and him, or, you know. So in any case, the best thing he can do is turn around and notice, hey, I still have 2 cups standing, so maybe one of them doesn't know the truth and the other one does. Yeah. So he needs to walk down this path, cross over the bridge over troubled waters, and go to his half-assed castle here, which is half standing and half dilapidated, and pray, because he's gonna need some, yeah. This is bizarre. Okay, I've never in my life come across this energy in a reading before. Okay, so we've got intuition. Like, yeah, like he's really magical, all right, to be able to carry that off. I wonder how long he's been doing this for. This is talking about the high priestess. She sits next to God on the throne on his right hand, and she is highly intuitive, and especially when the moon is, is being featured, a full moon or a new moon. This energy is, wow, and it's just coming to me because this is someone who's highly intuitive, using their intuition, but it's someone who sits comfortably in between 2 extremes because they're using their intuition to get through it. This represents Jesus, and this represents the devil. And I'm picking up this energy that he married one for love and he married the other one for money. Huh. And this is talking about pre-Empress energy. So this is talking about, if you've ever heard of Nikola Tesla, he says, if you knew the beauty of the 369, then you would have the key to the universe. This is the kind of energy that's talking about. This is pre-Empress energy. And Empress is someone in the tarot that has earned the title of Empress because she is all 4 queens rolled into one person. And sometimes this could mean that it's the same person, but I'm not getting that here, not at all. I'm getting there's definitely 2 wives. And I don't even feel it's a mistress and a wife. I feel like the Hierophant's right on here. And there's even 2, yeah. Anyway, this is talking about keeping your hand on 6 pentacles because you always need enough to run your household. And then this is, these 3 that are behind her in the bush are like for extra things like your other wife. Normally this would be for other investments that are more risky, charity, and family members that need help. But I imagine if you have 2 wives, then maybe one is only getting 3 of the pentacles and the other wife is getting 6 of the pentacles. That kind of energy. We have, this falcon represents having that foresight to be able to see this. And this is also talking about your environment, that you're the sum of your environment. So if this is the energy that this person is in, wow. All I can say is, yeah. And this is a card of knowing what you know and going to higher ground to protect yourself from the actions of others, or and that this is saying, I know what I know, conviction beyond a doubt. But here I think it could mean like literally conviction in a prison sentence for being a bigamist. It's a bigamist, not a poly. Yeah, I think that poly basically implies that everybody knows about it, and that it is, you know, a way of life, whereas a bigamist is someone who does it without anyone, like without telling the other person. I feel this person is a bigamist. There we go. And I think if this is found out, and this has been going on for some time, that he now is, he needs to be a magician, because this could be conviction beyond a doubt for doing this. Like, that's highly illegal. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune is turning. So maybe his luck is changing, and he's been able to keep this secret up to now, but now he can't because something is coming out. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to clarify this. If you're leaving off here because this has nothing to do with you, congratulations. And I do hope you've enjoyed the story. Anyway, give it a like and comment if you have. And consider subscribing to the channel if you resonate. We've got like this energy of creating a garden, but we have two different energies here. We have really having to watch the money, and I feel like one is like one household has way more money than the other. This is the Wheel of Fortune is that the energy is changing, and usually it means for the better, but I feel it's for the better for the women that don't know, not for this individual. And that's why he's in a regret. I feel like he's been caught. And this is conviction beyond a doubt, because he's been doing it enough, and there's enough evidence that the Hierophant is going to bring in this blessing, and the blessing's on these two women here. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to clarify with my oracle. My oracle is Tales from the Vector, T-A-I-L-S, from the Vector. And I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. I've been working on this since 2007, and in 2020 I completed all 64 paintings, and now I'm bringing this out as this reading is being done, and I am going to put in the description box below I'm working on the information that goes with the cards for the oracle. So I will, the cards that I have here have numbers on them, and they represent the paintings in the order that they are on my website. I will put them in the description box below in the order that they appear, so you know which ones to look for if you decide you want to look this up. Okay, so we have ego. Yeah. Yeah, like a bat out of hell. Yeah, this is someone that really likes to live on the edge. Yeah. All right, we have the Hierophant coming in on this energy. So a double, again, exactly what I said here. The Hierophant is judging this energy here. And it's going to take courage, because, well, there is no integrity, clearly. Yikes. The Chariot, this is coming in really quick, this information. And we also have the Empress energy here. So the Empress energy is saying that this could be an Empress energy. But see, we have pre-Empress energy here. So sometimes this can represent this person is with someone who is almost at the level of an Empress. And this could just be someone deciding that they are going to have to tell one or the other that they are getting married. But that's not what intuitively I'm getting, that this energy is. It could be someone approaching the Empress level. This is the world being neutral. So this could represent an individual who is trying to decide which person to marry. Should he marry the one that he loves, or should he marry the one that has lots of money? And that could be what this is about, which would be better than being a bigamist, for sure. And then this is the turning princes into frogs. Yes. I feel like there's some weird energy here anyway. This is staying on your on your designated path, like your destined path, and then the wheel turns in your fortune. But if you are on the devil's path, then your fortune is going to go the other way, and the truth is going to come out about this situation. I do not feel that this situation is on the up and up either way, but my instinct is telling me, like almost like, because it's like, this for me represents someone wanting to go international. Yikes. Okay. Well, either this is a bigamist, or maybe it's a polyamorous person, or perhaps a polygamist, or it could just be someone who's trying to decide between two different partners, one for love and one for money. Any way you look at it, it's not an ideal situation to be in. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please do give it a like and comment if you have. If we're talking about some random shift here for sure. So do subscribe if you resonate to with the energy of the channel. And I will be back with another reading about random shifts soon. Bye for now.